Alright, check this one out. It's a 1957 Buick 4-door. Pretty nice shape. Look at the gapping. Anyway, this is my next project. And as you can see, we'll get a little better look when we get inside the shop. But there's no floor in it. So we gotta do something about that. Minor. Pretty cool. It's just an old Special. Well, let's put her into the shop. Well, you can see the task that's ahead here. The whole floor is missing. Person that owned it before bought some panels, started cutting everywhere, and well, I kind of wish he hadn't. Would have been way easier if we just fixed what was bad and left the rest. But anyway, I think what we're going to do is probably start at the back and then move forward, because the back panel seems to fit really good, and then we got to kind of figure it out from there. And the panels, they don't fit too bad, but we got to fix some stuff in the, down here in the inner rockers and upper rockers up here. Big job, but take it one step at a time. It's not that bad. Alright, I think we're going to get started in the back here, do a little tacking, and then what I like to do is find some cardboard and cardboard up all these windows, because when we're grinding, we're going to be doing some damage to them. So we'll get that all done up and then we can start working. Ready? Just finishing up taping up the inside here. When you do some serious grinding, anything that's glass get all pitted up, so you don't want to do that. So I'm just going to cardboard up where the windows are, and then anything like this, just throw a piece of tape on there. And then just be aware, you don't want to be grinding straight into it. But cover it up. It's really easy to do, impossible to fix. We're continuing here on the, well actually we're just kind of getting started on this floor. Now I put in this first panel kind of where I think it needs to go. I've had to kind of retune it a little bit, and basically all I've done is just screwed it into place where I kind of want it. Now, the panel's not big enough to fix all the rest of this rust, so I've made another panel, and basically all I've done is just stepped it with that stepping tool, and then just used my my brake just to give it a slight bend, correspond with this existing one. So it'll just go in here like this, and now I've got to come up with a plan to come around this corner. Shouldn't be too bad. I'm just going to use a piece of cardboard here because this is all rusted out here. And then we're going to contour it just a little tiny bit, not very much. And then we can get that all welded in. Just take your time. You can't just blow this thing together real quick, you know. You can throw in some, you know, bend a piece of angle iron to go around there if you really want to, but that's not the way that we do things here. I take pride in, you know, if the floor looks good, everything else is going to look good, then your carpet fits right. So we're going to do the best that we can. This is an old relic, and we want to preserve this thing forever. So we do a good job on the floor and everything else. The rest of it, that's easy. This is hard. All right, let's just keep going here. Enough chit chat. That actually fits pretty good. I think that's going to work pretty good. And the whole idea here is I'm just going to tack everything into place. I don't want to weld anything up until I get everything all put together and fit to make sure it all goes together nice. So as soon as I get this side done, then I'm going to start working on the other side. Yeah, a little bit more tweaking. We're good. Well, we're ready for the next piece of the puzzle here. Now, we started at the back, we're going to kind of move forward. Now this one here has got a little spot that goes up, and it just needs to correspond in the right spot. But this is kind of in the way, so I'm going to take this this back floor piece. I've only got it screwed on. And then I can fit this one. And then after I got that one fitting right, if it looks good, we've got a little bit of rust on the edges here that I just got to fix up. Now we really got lucky with the inner sills here. Whoever had this vehicle from factory, I'm not sure, but it was undercoated really well. And that really helped out a lot because they're not rusted out at all. Just a little bit on the tops. And it's not even that bad. But I'm going to fix all that up. Alright. Let's take this back piece out. This side fits not bad. It goes into the spot, right spot. I like it. Now right along that edge there, you can see we got a couple little spots that are rusted through. Of course, you know, all this stuff here, we got to fix that, but we can fix that after. There's one spot, oh, right over here. Right there. I got to fix that first. We'll get that done. Pretty minor. mentioned before, but we're going to start at the front now and kind of work this way. So I had to make a cut here. I kind of got this fitting a little bit. I think it's going to be okay. But what I want to do is put the main part of the floor on and then screw this to this one so that you get all the levels just right and kind of figure out what we have to do to make everything fit. I think it's going to work. If I bring this, let's see how this fits here. Yeah, I have to make a bit of a relief cut here, pound this down, weld that, but I think it's going to work. And now it's just a matter of trying to figure out what this big hole looks like, because I haven't got a panel for that one. Alright, let's screw this this guy to this guy. Well, we've done enough fitting. Now it's time to start putting things together here. This is the tonneau cover I built. Now, if you haven't seen this, I've got this in a separate video. You can go back and check it out. It's a classic. So it's just a matter of, I'm going to drill some holes here so that we can weld it onto the brace here. A couple of them out a little bit, but that'll be alright. The whole idea is to go right back to original, make it look good. Okay, now it's just a matter of making everything fit. Once we got that done, we got to make sure we drill some holes here so we can drill into our, or weld into our brace. We're going to clean up the back just a little bit and give it a little bit of primer so we're not bare metal underneath the bottom. And then we're going to tack her in. Yeah, it's looking good. It's a big project. Well, she's pretty close. Kind of happy the way it's turning out here. So I'm just going to tack it. I'm not going to weld her in solid in case I got to move it or do something like that. We just got to make sure that we're down here so that we can weld onto our onto our cross member here. Looks pretty good. Okay, gonna work on that tonneau cover there, and then start getting the front all done up. Meet in the middle. Time to put the front tunnel in. Front part. The back went so good. So we're just gonna kind of line her up, put a tack in it, slowly work our way around. First tack is the hardest. Looking good. We got that all tacked in, looks good. It was a bit of a pain tacking that in, but that's all right. Because it's, you know, you're trying to hold it at one end and then the next, and you got a bit of a gap there because of the way it was cut. But we got her. And now I'm just fitting this in, fine tuning it, figuring out where I want to cut, all that kind of stuff. And then once that's done, then all we're doing is just tacking it together. And we just got to make sure we got a couple bolt holes here for the seat. We got a brace along here so that we've got to tack our floor down to. One over here. So those things got to get done. Cut a little bit of this floor out of here on the back side. Yeah. Fitting the hard part. Once you got that done, life gets easier. Right now it's just a bit of a pain, but it doesn't get easy unless you keep going. Well, things must be getting pretty boring by now, but we're getting there. Now, I'm just going to show you what I do. Like, I got this little brace here, or a support, and we got to tack it all the way around. I just made a pattern, and then took some measurements, laid it on top so I know where to drill some holes here so we can weld her up. Got everything all drilled, primed on the back side. Now it's just a matter of fitting her in. Welding her up. That easy. Well, anyway, I'm going to play around, do a little welding, get this tacked in, and then we're going to move on to the next one. Try and keep it as quick and simple as we can so don't get too bored. The big one is we're going to have to build something in the middle here to fill it in. They don't make a patch for that one. Alright, time to get geared up. just finishing up some of the structure here just before I put on the rest of the panels. Pretty hard to fix it when you put a panel on. But just take a look inside that rocker. For a car that old, it's in pretty nice shape. Still got the little groove there to let the water out. Yeah. So all the rust on this one was from the top down, which is good news when you're looking at a car. Still got a little bit of repair there, but that's all pretty minor. Well, we're working on the other side. Now, this piece here, of course, you know, they don't come to fit perfect. So I had to fire more than 4 brain cells to get that to work. There was quite a bit of cutting. There's a lot of things to work around. I think we got her fitting pretty good. I'm just going to put a screw in, hold her into place, and then we can keep going. The rest of it will be easy now. Oh. Well, we're getting close. I just have to finish off these last 2 holes here, and we didn't get a panel with these for these particular ones. They didn't come with the car, so I'm going to have to fabricate something, which isn't that tough to do. Now, the ideal thing would be to have a piece of cardboard, but looking around the shop, I haven't got anything, so we're just going to draw out a cartoon on a piece of paper here, get some accurate measurements. We'll be good. Alright, find a square spot and see if we can, no, it's not square. We'll figure it out. No. Come off of there, that'll be square. We have got just an absolute beautiful day out today. So nice to be working outside. One more line here. That one I can estimate. Alright. Now what you do is just cut that out. Put in a couple bends and just hope it fits. know this is YouTube, and if it doesn't work, all I have to do is delete, make a new one. You wouldn't even know, but I got her in the first try, and I think it looks pretty good. Now I made a relief cut right here, so I could bend this because the tonneau cover kind of goes like that. So that worked out good. Got my bends in the right spot. Looks good. Now, can't forget where we put our holes here so that we can weld onto our cross member and give it some support. I'm excited. One more to go. The last major panel. Woo! I'm ready. Tack this in first. We got all the panels in. Now it's time. Everything seems to fit really, really well. You know, you have to do some tweaking. You know, this isn't. You don't open up a pack of magic here. It just, you still got to make it work. But I've got it to work, and everything seems to be fitting beyond my expectations. So there we go. We got the floor done. Now all there is to do now is just weld it up, do some grinding, and we're ready for the next stage. You might want to hang around for that one. We are going to paint it, but I'm going to use a little different method. So success story. We got her done. I'm a happy guy.